All right, I'm excited for you to taste this.
I am excited too. The egg, the tomato, the sauce.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's really,
Yeah?
really delicious, yeah.
It's delicious. It's savory and sort of simple and rustic, but it's fun.
But that sauce, I mean, has something that actually lingers in your mouth.
It's a sexy dish.
Those festivals, why do you think people go so much in those festivals and have so much interest in it?
You like to cook, I like to eat. People like to be part of that energy. There's so much energy around restaurants in our culture.
Now, let's talk about Top Chef.
Sure.
You go on Top Chef, and you basically one of the permanent judge with Padma and Tom, representing the magazine. Now you have done that for, what, 10 years?
10 seasons. You've been around for a lot of them. It's amazing to think how far we've come. I mean, none of us really knew what we were getting ourselves into. I have this memory of the very first day on set, sitting beside Tom, looking at him thinking, like, what if this is a huge failure? It could have been gimmicky and lost people. And I know that Tom felt really strongly about making it a show that was serious about food and about real chefs doing what they do, integrity. But somehow I think we were able to hold on to that kind of spirit of a kitchen and what it's like to be a young chef.
You really impose yourself on the set as a judge as well. You find your way, you find your niche.
We all took on a different, very specific role at the table. Between Padma, Tom, and I, we've developed a really good, you know, kind of tennis match. We play different roles. I think that over the years, I like to say that I've become sort of like a translator.
For Tom?
Tom's English is rough, no. You know, Tom speaks the language of a chef,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And he speaks to the chefs who speak that same language.
Yes.
So I think my role has kind of become that person who's translating that language to the people who are watching at home. The first few years, Judges Table was like an 8 to 10 hour affair. I mean, it was until 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, as you know.
And I have to say, you bring a good energy also, like a lot of energy. And
it's the booze.
Yes, let's talk about that. As I think now a lot of people know, Tom has a jug of gin.
Gin and tonic.
I have my tequila.
Yes, you do.
When I go on the show.
Yeah. I usually have a glass of wine. And you know, I'm the tame one. Padma and I will polish off a bottle of wine together.
The debate about who's winning and who's going home takes forever.
That's why we have to drink. Last Judges Table of our second season in LA, you came.
Yes.
And we had a bit of a legal issue on the set. And they had to stop down for like 2 days.
2 days. We partied for 2 days.
And we partied for 2 days in your hotel room.
Yes,
in LA.
in LA,
not in an uncomfortably sketchy way. It was very above board. But I remember hanging out for like 2 days. We all wanted to pull our hair out.
Yeah.
And it was like the never-ending Judges Table because we had to stop production. And so the four of us just hung out. It was really fun.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it takes a lot longer than people know. And we take it seriously.
Of course.
We're very thorough.
Ultimately, I mean, if you say this guy is a genius and he doesn't know how to cook, ultimately people will come back at you and say...
That's right. They always do.
Do you think the show is helping to spot some talents and basically propulse them into their career with success?
Yes, I think we give them an opportunity for exposure that they wouldn't otherwise have.
Yes.
That can be a blessing and a curse.
I think Top Chef is a phenomenon that helps to have some young talents in the limelight and be successful and live their passion and vision very quickly because of that support. From Top Chef being the judge, they gave you a show, Top Chef Just Desserts.
Basically, they were saying to me, Gail, we'd like you to eat dessert all day long. We're just gonna give you donuts and cupcakes and ice cream sundaes, and you can just eat them all day long, and we'll put a camera on you. And we'll bring a bunch of your friends in, and you can all do it together. On Top Chef proper, there's not a lot of desserts because, as we know, but I don't think a lot of other people knew, pastry is a totally different part of the kitchen, right? It's a different skill set. Just because you're a chef does not mean you're a pastry chef.
I am not a pastry chef
I am not either on Top Chef. We were getting feedback from our viewers and from professional pastry chefs show what a real pastry chef can do and why can't there be beautiful desserts on the show, because desserts are so visual. We've done 2 seasons and it's been so much fun.
And drama.
So much drama.
Why are they so emotional?
Pastry chefs are a special bunch. I think there's a bit of an inferiority complex.
Well, you're the last course.
They're the last course. Some people don't order dessert. They're not often given the chance to shine at that level. So I love dessert, but it's sort of magical still to me. Whereas savory food, most of the time I can tell you how a dish was made, almost always. In pastry, it's magic. They put it into the oven in a liquid form.
And it rises.
And it comes up and it rises and it has different textures. It's just sort of this magical world. Food is such a symbol of our culture. I mean, can you think of a single birthday that existed in your life without cake, a wedding, even a funeral? You know, at least where I come from, we eat. I can peg the greatest milestones in my life to what I ate. And I don't think I'm alone. I don't think you have to be, you know, a food-obsessed person for that to be true.
What does it mean to be Gail today?
No 2 days are alike, ever, for me, which is really fun. Most of the time, I feel pretty lucky to get to do what I do. But, you know, there's certainly things that come with putting yourself out on television that I didn't anticipate. Traveling alone and being recognizable.
I can relate to that a little bit. It's a guy who has a tattoo of Anthony Bourdain head here and my head here on his leg.
Really?
And he's following us sometimes. And a very nice guy. It's not your average interaction, right, with someone.
No, you feel very vulnerable. Actors who are on television, they're acting, they're playing a role, right?
Yes.
I play myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So people really think that they know me as me.
And you end up in their living room.
Right, as myself.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I feel lucky that I get to do a lot of things that I love to do every day. I eat for a living. I'm not eating and spitting it out. Like, I like to eat.
Of course not.
And then when I'm on camera, sometimes I'm tasting 16, 17, 18 dishes a day. I exercise a lot.
You know what I still do from my young age until today?
What?
I keep the yolk for the end.
Oh, really? I was wondering, I'm like, are you on a diet, Eric Ripert?
No, because the yolk is my favorite part.
Me too.
And I always want to end up with the yolk.
Yeah.
And look at that, it's perfectly cooked by the way.
That is beautiful. All that fussing was worth it. People see us eating rich foods all the time. I think as someone in the culinary industry, I think we have a responsibility in a lot of ways to take care of other people. I mean, that's why we're in it in the first place. I just want to say that you finished your entire plate.
Right.
That makes me really happy.
No, I'm very happy.
That's good.
Well, Gail, it was an amazing pleasure to have you.
Brunch with me.
Thank you for doing everything. You trusted me only to toast the bread.
That's all I trust you for. I'm not quite sure you're capable of much else besides toasting bread and excellent cheese grating.
Wow, you're really attentive to details.
He can grate the heck out of a block of cheddar.
Gail, look at that.
It's amazing.
Isn't it?
It's so beautiful.
You can sign anywhere you want.
All right, I'm gonna go here. There's a little space. I have big, messy handwriting.
That's good because mine is always very esoterical. Correct? It means nothing, but I'm with you.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you so much for being with us.
It was great. So much fun.
And we drank and the food was delicious.
It actually came together.
Yeah, today we had a special moment in the kitchen, a very intimate moment where we could talk about things that sometimes we don't think about when we are on the set.
On the outside, he is the chef of Le Bernardin, this 4-star restaurant in New York that is revered for good reason. I like that I also know a side of him where I can kind of laugh and joke and know his taste in tequila, and that, you know, he can let his guard down a little, and so can I.
She's very honest and caring and nurturing as well. And I'm not surprised at all by her success.
It was liberating to boss Eric Ripert around. We're making a lot here, so keep going. Do you want to slice up the bread like an inch thick? Brush it with a little bit of olive oil and toast it.
She totally took ownership of my kitchen. At the end of the day, we had good result, of course.
He finished his food, so that's a good sign. I don't think he did it just to be nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Are you serious? I'm sitting here with David Sally and Cause, and this is Artist Talk. Have you ever gotten into any legal problems?
Nothing that wasn't controllable.
You know, there's that fine line between creativity and just mania. I think if I wasn't a writer, I would be a neurotic, strange person that people would want to stay away from. It's like harnessing your OCD.
Harnessing my OCD. That's genius.
Hey, I'm Joy Bryant, and I am a board sport enthusiast. I like to shred. And on my new show, Across the Board, I'm going to be shredding with the best of them.
Want to shred, yeah.
Yeah, I want to shred.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
My favorite friends, celebrities, athletes, artists. We're going to snowboard, we're going to surf, we're going to skateboard, we're going to have a great time.
Well, we both came over, went over some hurdles, a little obstacles today.
Yeah.
You break through shyness, and me...
Breaking through that skin.
What?
Tom, how's it going,
Good,
dude?
how you doing?
Good to see you, man.
I don't know if you're gonna make it or not.
No, I mean, 5 a.m. is tough.
What do we got right there? Shark, I see him right there.
Oh.
All right, come on.
This is the frisky one here.
Yeah, be careful, man.
Yeah, you have a reputation of pissing people off. Like, your blog pisses people off.
It pisses people off. This face pisses people off, you know? But, yeah, sometimes I get along.
Did your dad, was he on you constantly telling you how to do it since he was in the business?
My dad was such a dick, because he'll always tell me I suck, and then when he's in front of other people, that's my son. That's my son. He's real good. Jim.